What's good, guys? It's been a couple days and we have been busy, so I'm excited to be back right now. My co-founder and I have been thinking of new ideas and how we can approach this industry. Honestly, our vision in this space is so big because there's so many problems, there's so many people involved. We've got venues, we've got decorators, DJs, people planning weddings, people planning birthdays, baby showers, life moments, and all these things are happening at once. So many people are disconnected and they want to be connected to each other. So today we're gonna have some fun, right? So sorry I haven't made a video in a couple days. We've actually have been super busy. We've been thinking of how we can help some of our new clients. So there's been some new workload coming on our plate, but we're here. We're always gonna be building in public. So we're gonna be talking about what we're building. Today we're gonna be having some fun actually, because like I have said in the past, and if you're new to this channel, you probably don't really know too much about what we do, but we are called VenueBox and EventBox. So we help people in the private event industry. All the people that I mentioned 10 seconds ago, we help them connect with each other. There's a huge gap in the industry between people that are looking for venues and vendors, and the vendors and venues actually finding the right people for them, right? So there's a lot of misinformation online, or there's just a lack of information. And our job right now is to try to help bridge the gap. So today we're gonna be having some fun because in the past, we worked on helping people looking for venues and vendors. We helped them find places to go. And now we're thinking about how we can help people that we talked to back in the day who had a huge issue with budget. We're thinking of how we can help people raise money for their events, right? So we want to have some fun in this space. We want to find ways to make things easier for people. So we're called now EventBox.fun. So if you're online right now and you want to go check it out, what we got, you can see it on my screen here as well. But essentially, our goal is to try to make party planning easier. So a lot of people worry about a lot of different things while planning their events. They worry about how much it's gonna cost for the venue. They worry about catering. Can I bring my food to this venue? If I can't bring my food to this venue, how much do I have to pay to allow them for them to allow me to bring my own food to the venue? I know it's a lot of different stuff that is just like, what? People can do that. I mean, of course, right? If a venue is not welcoming to you, then of course you're gonna have to find the best option for yourself, right? And sometimes that means you can't host at certain venues, right? Or sometimes that means you have to stomach the cost, right? So now we're thinking, okay, how can we help people with that side of things, right? Financial side of things. And we're thinking about helping people raise money, not necessarily from a GoFundMe perspective, right? More so from a gifting perspective. So one thing we noticed is mostly every event, right? Especially weddings and baby showers. Those events and birthdays, milestone of birthdays, like your 50th birthday, 60th birthday, right? Those are milestones. It's not just a regular birthday. Not that anyone's birthday is regular to begin with, but these events typically have gift giving happening, right? So this could look like cash. This could also look like physical items, right? So you might know your best friend loves cameras and you go buy them a camera. This was a case, this is not a camera, but you get the idea. You know what they want and you help them by purchasing the item, or you just give them the money to go get it themselves if they have a wish list, right? And you know the wish list. So we're thinking about gift giving, but we're also thinking about the big budgets that people have and expenses that they have to cover when planning events. And one of those big costs is a venue. A venue costs between $1,000 to $5,000, depending on what you're doing. And that's just the venue. We're not even talking about food and feeding people, drinks. We're not even talking about decoration and flowers. We're talking just to get the place, a box to stay in, right? You need between $1,000 and $5,000. So we're thinking of how we can help streamline gift giving to help the people planning events, understand their budget and their expenses they have to take care of, but then also forecast potentially how much money they would get from gifts, right? So like, it's always nice when people chip in and contribute to, an event, right? Like if my event venue cost me $2,000 and people have gifted me $2,000, I feel more comfortable going into the event because I know I'm not burning a hole in my pocket. So that's the idea right now, right? So like, we're thinking about how we can help streamline gift giving in this industry to help people that are thinking of planning events and have a huge expense list So they can think about how they can cover those things, but then also they can think about how they get more money in their pocket potentially, and just other items on their wish list that they would like. So today we're gonna have some fun, so let's jump right into my computer over here. So you see our new domain is EventBox.fun. So if you're curious at all and you wanna have an idea of what we're doing, go check it out. We also help venues and vendors, like I mentioned previously. That's our core business, but again, this is an ecosystem. We're thinking about everything, right? Because everything is connected. People hosting events and the places they're hosting it at and the experience there, the experience for guests at these events, right? Not necessarily the person hosting, but the guest as well, right? Like they are also a part of the experience. So we're thinking about everybody and how that entire experience looks for everybody in the industry, how we can improve marginally or otherwise the experience for everybody as much as we could. So right now we're thinking about plan smarter, gift together, celebrate bigger, right? So we're trying to pool the resources for people into one place. So, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen now. Let's get going. So today we're gonna be working, like I mentioned, on improving this EventBox experience for people. I sprayed cologne on earlier to feel more confident, but I'm still stuttering, guys. Okay, so we're gonna update this page a bit. So in the past, we had other pages that kind of did stuff for us. Right now, we're seeing some people click this, but they're not converting on this landing page, right? So there is general interest for this idea. It's not just something we're thinking anymore. People are responding, right? So, and to give you an idea of what I mean by people are responding, if you look at one of our ads, we're saying party planning with cash gifts, right? And we have 93 clicks. Now, yes, we do not have anybody converted yet. And by converted, I mean, we don't have anybody that has said, you know, I want to start planning. And what it means to start planning is to give your name, your email, and your phone number, and to start planning. So that's essentially creating an account with us. So no one has done that yet, but we had 93 plus clicks. Actually, yesterday we had 60 other clicks. So the issue right now is like how we're communicating this offer on the landing page. So our job right now is to iterate on the landing page, think about the people that are coming, what they might be interested in, what we're missing, you know, what is the disconnect between what we're saying and what they're expecting when they come from this ad here, right? Because they were generally interested, they were curious, party planning with cash gifts. So I think we need to kind of put a little bit more oomph on that. So that's what we're gonna be working on right now. And I'm gonna bring you guys along for that experience. So let me close this as well, actually. I'm gonna get a fresh Claude going. Okay. Hello, Claude. We want to make some changes to our event page / event in, is it event or events? Events. Events in consumer app. And the way we're gonna think about doing that is, wrong side. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is add more images to the hero section. Should start by upgrading the hero section to include more images. Review our consumer home page for the background images and styling of the hero section for inspiration. Okay, so that's a different page we had in the past that was successful. Did a lot of, it helped us learn a lot about the industry. I think in the past I've shared this, but I will go ahead and share it again. So in the past when we ran experiments on this side of the world, meaning helping people find spaces and find vendors, we got 192 people reach out to us. We try to match 73 people with a venue, and people had varying budgets between weddings and birthdays. We saw weddings and birthdays had the most volume of people. And of course, you know, we had a trend, interesting trend, but this doesn't show, this is only 30 days. We would need to show like the previous one, but in the past, you know, we did have a lot of people kind of tell us a lot about their event and the timeline to book. Weddings take the longest to book. Birthdays take generally okay amount of time. This is fake data, but and all of these are brand new data points, so they're not really getting tracked properly. All of these are pretty brand new, but those are the big things that I kind of wanted to give you a quick look at. But yeah, so that's what the page in the past that we had before, and that's what we learned. So now we're iterating to try to think about more things that we can help people with. And the first being the budget. So budget tracking, just to give you a sense of what we're thinking right now. We're thinking of course, helping people raise money. That's the core offer. We want to help people like try to streamline how much money they can raise to pay for things. And of course, guest management. So this is where they're going to be raising funds from, or like raising gifts from. This is going to be like their guest management tool. There's also going to be a budget tracker so people can track their budget, of course, right? Because folks are budget conscious. They don't want to overspend when they don't have to. And the way you do that is by tracking each line item and being very, very precise about what you're doing. The timeline to do different things, having checklists, of course, having access to our vendor list and directory. Like I mentioned, right, we work with venues, we work with vendors. So we want to connect people in this industry to each other. That's the entire goal of this, to make things easier. And of course, like thinking of other things like menus, and then also photos, right? When you take photos at an event, it's very hard for people to share photos at the event, right, of like what happened at the event. So we're trying to help streamline, like, the end-to-end experience for people planning events. So that's one of the core things. So I want to have it think about how to make more changes to this page, make it a little bit, give him a little bit more oomph. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and, do that. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna have a plan. Think about how to streamline this offer, keeping our feature as is. And the offer was, again, we're getting a lot of clicks on this. Okay, gotta pull this up directly. Okay, so the offer is party planning with cash gifts. Party planning with cash gifts. Okay. Core offer is party planning with cash gifts. And then this. And then headline is this. And one link, zero stress. Okay. Okay, let's start thinking. How can we make that improvement? We're gonna improve that. Okay, while we're thinking about that, we need to set up our domain. So we're gonna point this app, this new app, to this domain. So we wanted to, in production, we want to run our consumer app on EventBox.fun as well. Leave the existing routes, but the main app route should be as backup to not interrupt what would you call it? Migration for user experience. So we're gonna leave those, but the main app route should be EventBox.fun in production. I'll handle the Heroku server updates with the DNS. I need your help with the backend and potential consumer app changes and env. Point out env changes needed. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're thinking in that sense, we're thinking in this sense. The next thing we got to do is test this experience, but I want to kind of flesh out some stuff first. I do also have to put a help and support section in the dashboard, and that's just to help people reach out to us directly. That would be kind of cool if someone is like thinking about stuff. An FAQ is a good start. The matchmaking thread is more complicated, but it's a messaging system that would go back to us as the admin, so we have matchmaking threads. And this just allows us to message people in our application from all aspects of our application. So if you are a venue owner or if you are a consumer, but we don't really have recent consumers. And consumer by consumer, sorry guys, it's a rough word to use, but consumer by consumer we mean people that are hosting events. We could probably try to rephrase that, but that's just an internal word choice for our team, so they're like can easily identify who's who. Because just saying event host is not really, it's not intuitive to say event host. So we just kind of need a way to distinguish. But essentially, we have a thread between us and our people that are using our services and tools. And we're just able to text people or email people, and our entire team has access to it. So it's just a streamlined way for us to communicate. So this is how we would also provide support. So if people are, have questions or need help, then that would be our way to go ahead and do that. Okay, so first thing we've thought of really well. Okay. Oh, what? Oh, sorry. Perfect. We're gonna use this. Why not? Should we update the copy to match the new messaging provided? Yes. Your section. I think we prioritize cash gifts and party planning. Let's start there. That's a good start. That's a good start, guys. We're gonna focus on the core offer that we noticed from Facebook is hitting. So yeah, yep, we're gonna support both of these. The domain, just keep EventBox.ai working alongside during migration. Yes, keep both. Keep both. What should the cookie domain be set to for EventBox.fun? Okay, yeah, we will potentially have subdomains, so that's cool. Stripe key, do you have a production Stripe key for the consumer app? Use existing production key. Oh, I think, okay. I think we might need a new Stripe key. I'll provide a new key. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and do that, guys. Let's get cooking. Let's get cooking. All right, so this is also ready. Let's think about what it's thinking. So we're gonna go ahead and make changes. Reuse 10 images, auto rotate, 5-second interval, smooth layout, visual treatment. Cool. Update messaging, add trust signals, make style changes, purple to pink, gradient. Okay. Cool, let's do it. Let's do it, guys. Next thing I was gonna do, add FAQ to the help and support section in the dashboard. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, actually, how's the domain coming along? Domain's moving, okay. Core's origin, CSB, cookie changes, env vars. I need to provide that. Consumer app URL, we need to make changes there. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. And then I'm gonna get one more Claude going, guys. We need to make a couple more changes. So these two things are running. Next, we need to add a new tab within the settings icon of the events dashboard /events/dashboard in the consumer app. So the way I want to think about it is this. let's start by just providing FAQs to explain how to use the dashboard. And focus on guest management, invites. What else would I think is important? Gifting and budget tracking. I think those are kind of core to how we're thinking about stuff right now. So let's see. And then I'll have a think about the matchmaking threads a bit later. But guys, it's nice to be back, and recording and making videos. It's nice to talk about your ideas out loud, try to move fast and just iterate. So every day we're always trying different things. Of course, we have long running campaigns and funnels that are like actively like our business stream. So for example, we have clients that are using some of our tools that have been using it for many months, and we keep it running, we maintain it, we make updates, we change things, and we have new customers that come in and use the same services, and we continue to upkeep stuff. And then of course, right, we do experiments and test new things that we can do to improve experience and see how people respond to it, make changes and see, just having fun, right? Just like trying things and seeing what sticks, seeing what people resonate with, and just applying pressure on those things and taking a step back sometimes to take a look at the big picture and just see what are we missing, because sometimes we have our blinders on and we're tunnel vision and we don't see stuff, we miss details. So it's always nice to be like, yo, wait a minute, what's going on? So, and that's one of these moments that we had. We had one of these, pivot moments where it's like, thinking about the industry at large. What are we missing? What are we not thinking about? What could we be doing differently? And we kind of started thinking about how to help people, plan events and what the types of things we need. So, I mean, if you guys have ideas, suggestions, things you guys are thinking about that's missing in the industry, something you wish you had while you're planning your event, drop it down in the comments section. Let me know. It'll be fun for us to brainstorm on as well. Think about ways we could think about it. If you have solutions that you want to propose, do so as well. Let us know. We love free ideas. If you have stuff that you want to share with us, let us know, yo. I mean, like I said, guys, you guys are a part of the team. So if you want to be a part of the team, you just got to do stuff. That's what it comes down to. So you can do stuff like leaving comments. You can do stuff like testing the app, create an account, click stuff, tell me what's broken, tell me what's working amazingly, just do stuff. And we would definitely love that. That's a huge part of the team, guys. That's testing and trying and, giving us more feedback. That's a big part of the team. I think a fourth tab is better. Yeah, fourth tab is better. We already have that. What style should the FAQ use? Accordion, I think it's better. Should there be a way for users to contact support directly from this section? Yes. Yes. Okay, so it wants to think about everything at once. Okay, fine. Let's do it. Okay, let's do it. Okay, matchmaking thread system, messages to admins. And yeah, I think that's good enough. So admins. Yeah, cool. Yep. Let's just do it. Okay. So now I have this and I have this. So let's test this, guys. Let's test this. Okay, let's test this. Let's make sure the backend's running as well, just in case we need to do anything. Docker is good. Yeah, I don't want to burn my computer, so I'm gonna leave those two running for now. Consumer app is live. So we're gonna jump on. Okay, let's see what we got, guys. I need some water actually, guys. 1 second, guys. Okay, come back. Let's do it. That's a lot, bro. Whoa. This is too wordy. This is too many words, guys. This is too many words. Oh, man. This is overwhelming, guys. This is too overwhelming. Too many words. Not enough room to breathe. That's literally how it feels, guys. That's literally how it feels. I'm looking at this and I'm just like, oh my God. My eyes are about to fall off. What the heck is going on? Okay. Okay, so we're adding the help section. Accordion. So we're gonna use FAQ and then we're gonna use matchmaking threads. Contact support opens the matchmaking thread system to send messages to admins. Needs to investigate existing matchmaking system API functionality. Okay. Explore. Matchmaking system. You can check matchmaking. What is it? V2 page. An admin app. For inspiration on how the framework exists, but this would be from consumer to admin and must use consumer app styling. Okay. Okay, so that's good. All right, let's see what it did this time. Party plan plus cash gifts. 1 link, 0 stress. Start playing. Okay, this is a little simpler. Was it plus? I don't think there's a plus. Was there a plus on this? Right, with cash gifts. Okay. Use party planning with cash gifts as the main text. I think that's better. With, not a plus sign. Also, this is not the, it's not strong. Okay. A one-liner to replace 1 link, 0 stress line. Okay, so we can replace this line, I think, with something more descriptive. Yeah, I think it's better. Like these, kinda. Guest list, budgets, timelines, photos. We need a bit more. Consider this. Okay. What else can we do? Okay, so chords is good. The biggest thing is just changing this. Okay. So next time we reload the app, it needs to have this. Okay, let's go. So we're gonna go into our back end. And whoa. I'm gonna have to do this off camera, guys. So I'll do this later. I almost pulled up all of our intel. All right, so I'll do this later in a second here. But the biggest thing I need to do is update Stripe key, set up the DNS. Okay, so I do need to set up the DNS, so I can start there. Add the DNS. So I add a domain, guys, and I'm gonna do EventBox.fun. Okay. So I'm gonna point this domain, guys, to our app. Any day now. All right, DNS. Let's go. Add new record. This will be a record. Heroku. Okay, let's see. Okay, party planning with cash gifts, guest lists, cash gifts, budgets, timelines, vendors, photos, everything in one link, zero stress. All right, let's try this. Cash gifts, one link, 5-minute setup. Cool. I think that's a better start. That's a better start. So I mean, it looks like the actual landing page itself, it's like a spot now, better than it was before. We're gonna test a couple of things. Okay, so that looks like it's functional. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and test the flow in front of you guys, just to give you guys a good sense of what this feels like on the back. I'm sure you might be curious. So I actually have an account set up, but that's fine. I do want to log back in. So it notices I already have an account while trying to sign up. So it's just gonna give me a code to sign in instead. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign in. Okay, we'll go ahead and go in, guys. And guys, this is mobile friendly. If you're curious, like, you know, if you're on your phone and you're like, what does it feel like? So yeah, I would say yes. I have an event in mind. No, actually, I'll just do no. I don't have an event in mind. Housewarming party, 50 to 100. I have a budget. I have a venue. I'm in Chicago. I need catering. I need decorators. I need bartenders. Let's go. Yes, I would love a gift. Please, guys, I need $2,500. And then cake. Cake would be nice, guys. Okay, so I've got my event created now, guys. So that's how you create an event in less than 5 minutes, like you guys saw. Of course, I'm used to it, and I already know how to use the flow. But if you wanted to create an event, that's how easy it is to create an event. Very, very fast, very, very easy. So you go ahead and jump in, and you do have access to a couple of things. So now what I do want to test is I want to see how our help section is coming along. So we got our FAQs, and then we have contact support team. And we have like different stuff. Hello, help me. Okay, all right. So of course we have some errors there. We're gonna go ahead and fix that offline, guys. But and then we're gonna fix this, right? We don't need this off the screen, right? But I just wanted to show you guys an idea of what we're working with here. We do have a lot of other things kind of set up so people can track their gifts. They can track their budget, create new line items to track different things, the venue costs, catering costs, decor, all the other things that they got to keep track of, the timeline, you know, of different things that they got to do, you know, hitting milestone tasks, reminders, deadlines, and we have a notification system set up. So we'll be able to text you for these different things to kind of help you out. We also allow people to upload photos. So, you know, you can upload your own photos as the host, and then your guests as well will be able to upload photos. So let me give you a good idea of what the guest experience looks like. On the other hand, we're still kind of cleaning some stuff up, but this is Elijah's housewarming. And, you know, become the first gifter. And you can kind of customize this page, this guest experience as well. But essentially people can RSVP, tell you they're going, tell you they're bringing a +1 if you have a +1. And of course, just give you a gift. And this is one key thing that we want to help you with. Again, folks can contribute to the experience and they can give you a gift here. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and fix a couple more things offline, guys. But yes, I did want to show you really quickly, you know, what it looks like on the back end of things, what we're building and event space. And then we're also building for venue owners and vendors. So this kind of shows you how the two worlds plug together. And just wanted to give you a good idea of what things look like right now, at least for EventBox.fun. So we're going to be trying to help people, again, to raise gifts for their events, but also organize the event and plan and try to think about all the different things they need to think about while thinking about the event, and all the things, putting it out of your mind and also collaborating with people, not just yourself. So for example, if you are a couple, you can go ahead and work with each other, and you guys are kind of familiar with the idea of a registry to begin with. So this is just to kind of help along in the industry. So if you're interested, if you're curious, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comment section. It's your boy Elijah, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.